Warning, the stock market will be ugly tomorrow.
There's not a single point in time where it has not been ugly. I just want to be able to afford a house. Can I get that ever so please?
Not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Now!
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We'll go back into r/insane people Facebook, and like I've always said, the S stands for stupid. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome interactions, because the engagement does help out the videos. Let's go. A staggering map shows where Americans face dangerously hot conditions as intense heat waves hit. Aw, man, a map with scary colors and stuff. Someone better take my liberty and destroy my food supply now. For a second there, I thought he was talking about Helldivers as soon as he said liberty. What is really sad is that these, people at, What's really sad is that these pew-pewers and rioters, etc., were all bred to fulfill specific duties, and they held them captive all of their lives in a facility until it is time to fulfill their obligations. Y'all not ready for that conversation, though. Ah, yes, you know, somebody come popping out of their mom, hold them in a stasis chamber until they're old enough. What is your purpose? I am supposed to go pew-pew in building. Oh. Hey, Mom, what does DEI mean? I didn't earn it. DEI is probably what caused Fox to be sued, by the way. It was probably some unqualified/underqualified hires who did not know how to double-check sources or edit copy. Mind you, so many of you Fox haters do not understand that all the news sources present editorials, opinions, and news facts. So, is everything a DEI hire if it's not straight white male? No. It's when you exclude everyone from a hiring decision except redacted or blank race, gender, orientation, regardless of their qualifications, and a willingness to accept diversity over skill and qualifications. Then, it's a DEI. But, why is every time something bad happens, or they see a person who isn't a straight white they just assume that they are a Dale hire? I guess DEI. That is an assumption you are making. DEI hires tend to prove that they are DEI hires after a couple of months on the job. Plenty of whites aren't qualified for jobs they apply for either. The difference being that an unqualified white will usually not get the job because they are not given a handicap. Hence the reason why when you see a white male in a job, it is more likely they got the job on their own merits. Whereas there are exceptions to this, of course. As a disabled vet, I get a point preference with some state and federal jobs. It is certainly possible that the point preference I am given could get me a job that someone else was more qualified for. And I am, obviously, white. That being said, not every disabled veteran is a white male. Because it is. When Biden picked his VP, he said that he would pick a black woman, not the most qualified of all Americans, not the best and brightest of all choices. This was his checklist. Kochi, African descent, Democrat. Where I work, it's actually a disadvantage to be a white Caucasian, even if you are qualified for the job and have an excellent resume, since they want to have a diverse census. Being a white male isn't what they are looking for. To make matters worse, they even have a strict nepotism rule, where being related to someone who works there is a deferent to getting hired. Imagine hiring somebody related to you that actually might have a better understanding of the job and what it entails. Something this person is failing to mention, nor does he care. But that is the world we are living in nowadays. Imagine every time you see somebody who isn't white, you automatically assume that they are a DEI hire. Well, that's just ridiculous. I'd only assume something like that if they are hired, do a piss-poor job, and it becomes very obvious a more qualified person should have been hired for that position. It is over for Christianity. If we are to truly turn our cheeks, we can't even fight for those who want us dead, and those who mock us with no reason at all. This is dangerous to us, and most importantly, native Christian people. I support the rights of native Christians to retaliate against those who want them dead, and I despise secularists who made fun of persecution against Christians, especially native Christians, those with Christian ancestry. I believe native Christians should get our unwavering commitment in fighting for what they believe in, like the Armenians and Lebanese Christians, for example. They're a bunch of brave people. So I am asking you once again, is this how we are supposed to go out? Mocked and persecuted into oblivion? Why don't we stand up like the Muslims and Islam is mocked? I think this is the reason we are so done for. We are screwed. No one wants to stand up for what they believe. I think a blasphemy law is required to save Christianity if no one is willing to stand up for their own. I am a concerned Christian, but most importantly concerned about the decline of native Christians, those with Christian ancestries. A lot of people ask me why I only eat fruit. We are electric beings. Voltage is a liquid is measured in pH. And this is why I eat an alkaline diet and keep my body at a pH of 9.5-ish.
Okay, dude, I really hope you're getting enough protein, though.
I'm your biggest fan. Rolls-Royce starts building the world's largest fan blades. I'm curious about the wildfires and techniques they use for fighting them. Why don't someone try a row of huge fans like these and turn the fire back into itself, where the wind pushes the fire into already burnt areas so it dies down with a lack of fuel? Fires dropping down into a canyon could have this attempted just to see if it can be turned back with wind tunnels. Between burning the fuel it needs and pushing the fires back into themselves, this might be a better way to fight them. My friend thought of this so it could definitely control the fires and then slow them, I would think, but the powers that be wanted to burn so we have a solution, but it would never be implemented.
Yeah, because blowing air onto fire has totally never caused anything bad to happen, except, the fire living and burning hotter, because it's not like it breathes or anything. Rolls-Royce may actually know a thing or two about these fan blades since they actually have made airplane parts in the past. But thinking that you could just blow out a fire like you did your birthday candle, that's a bit of a stretch there.
Women hate to hear that you should date younger. People don't understand that it's about avoiding the possibilities with older women. You're looking for a woman to fit your legacy. It's not just that she's cool.
Legacy, you are not a king, bro. You're a white knight. Please STFU redacted. You have no test running in your body.
Wow, you really are an upset individual. Honestly, funny how a few words can make you blow up. No, I'm just honest when it comes to White Knight redacteds. I want a fragrance that smells like cadaver. I'm not talking about fresh. I was the scent rotting, dripping meat even. I could Google it, but I know there's at least one other weirdo out there that also likes very artistic and shocking fragrances. Preferably one that doesn't have a note of dirt either. Smiley face. I don't want to smell like dirt, and I have a feeling it'll be a common pairing. Update. I am not a life ender, very convincing, or interested in that kind of thing. I just like very avant-garde fragrances, and feel like too many perfumes smell good. I like wearing very outlandish scents to work, like plastics or banana to annoy everyone at work. I want to see how far I can push the limits until I get to HR.
Yeah, and smelling like a corpse is definitely not on my bingo card.
Honestly, there is an element of locust gaslighting behind the recent outcry against the masculine appearing, but apparently female at birth, Khalif, I think I said that right there. They force us to accept men pretending to be women and competing against and usually absolutely demolishing their competition. So often that it's all we are used to. So now, when a person with an actual biological condition shows up on the scene, we all assume that it's the same. And now, people who didn't know who Khalif was any more than we did 5 days ago, and have had to learn the same info we have in the last couple of days, all want to act like they knew it all along, and everyone else is ignorant because we didn't. Considering disorders and conditions like this are much more rare than our modern gender-deluded spectacles, it is no wonder we have been primed to assume it's a man pretending to be a woman so he can win. If true, this is one of the very rare cases when it's not. A decade ago, no one would have assumed that Olympics would even allow a male to compete against women, so it would have been the first assumption. And yet, Christians who have lobbed false accusations are still accountable and should apologize. I was one of them. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!